Hi guys, I'm back again with another setup video, and this time around we're at Spain. I've had to skip over Portugal and Imola as these tracks aren't currently in the game right now, but I'll circle back round to them once they've been added. The Circuit de Catalunya is an extremely balanced track which features a combination of fast flowing corners along with slower, more technical corners in the form of the horrible last sector. You should look to achieve a reasonably balanced setup with an emphasis on rear aero performance. Tyre performance can also be a factor around Spain, with the long sweeping corners of the first sector really taking a toll on the front left tyre in particular. So jumping straight into the setup. I've gone with an aero setup at 7 at the front and 10 at the rear. As mentioned in my last video, the aero setups across all tracks will be higher this year round due to the track dependent aero tweaks that Codemasters have made. This aero balance should give you enough bite at the front of the car to get the car turned into the slower corners and enough rear downforce to allow you to keep the throttle pinned through the fast turns. For the transmission, you can run your on-throttle diff at 72% without incurring too much wheel spin out of the slower corners. Keeping it balanced like this will give you a better drive out of every corner. Then, I've lowered the off-throttle diff for better rear balance and to help get the nose of the car rotated into the slower corners of that awful chicane at the end of the lap. Next up, suspension geometry. This follows the trend which you'll see at a lot of tracks this year of higher front camber and lower rear camber with low to minimal toe. This style of setup, while not too extreme, will push the limits of the suspension geometry without negatively affecting tyre life too much. And the minimal levels of toe will help reduce drag down the long back straight at Spain. I've set up the suspension at 2 and 5 and the anti-roll bars ever so slightly stiffer at 3 and 6. This will give you a soft car so you can ride over the curbs without causing the car to react too badly, while the stiffer anti-roll bars and rear suspension will help with overall and rear stability throughout the lap. Then go for 3 and 6 on the ride height, which is a little higher than last year. This is due to Codemasters changing how low and extreme you can run your car this year round. For the brakes, run your pressure at 95%. This is high enough for almost maximum braking performance without running the risk of locking your front tyres. Then set up your brake bias to 56% for good overall braking stability. When it comes to tyre pressures, this year you can run much higher overall pressures. Real world setups run their tyre pressures as high as they can get away with for maximum performance, and F1 2021 does a much better job of replicating this compared to last year's game. So set your front tyre pressures to 22.2 and your rear pressures to 22.7. And that'll do it for our Spanish F1 2021 car setup. As always, if you use this setup, let me know how you get on in the comments below, as I'd love your feedback. And give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more F1 2021 car setups. I'll be releasing more setups shortly, so hit the alert button to be notified when the next setup drops. See you on track, guys.
We can now use DRS. DRS now available. This is your final lap of the race.